Eastern Star small engine, old school mechanic. We want to look at a tire today. I had a customer come in, said he couldn't get it up on the bead. Kept going down. These small tires, they air up fast and they go down fast. So when you have a problem with it wanting to hold air, you got to look for why it's not wanting to hold air. And now if you shine that camera down in there, see all that junk. You can see grass inside of there. This tire's been run flat. So see all that grass all along that bead. What we're going to do is we're going to take this tire off the rim. We're going to clean that rim up, clean that bead up, clean all the grass out of it, get this to where it'll hold air, because it's going to be leaking around the outside of this rim. And then we're also going to check this tread too. These smooth tires sometimes can be very, very tough to get off the rim, especially the new ones, when you're trying to put a new tire on. So we're going to try to get this cleaned up and see if this is going to hold air, and we'll hit it with soap and water after we get it aired back up. Okay, I'm going to be breaking this tire down the old-fashioned way, the way we used to break them down when I was growing up. First thing I want to do, I would start on the valve stem side, okay? So I'll get my knee on there. Make sure you got this side of the bead back down in the groove of the tire or the rim. Don't try to break it loose when it's up on the inside, because you've got to get some slack in this tire. You'll see when I pull this apart, when I pull this over, you'll see the bottom of this tire move. See that move? Okay. Just pull that up there like that. And you can do this with small screwdrivers. Start peeling that off. Little bites at a time. Don't get in here with a huge bite. You are going to be frustrated and you're going to be mad. Just little bites. Sometimes you got to back off a little bit. You get too big of a bite. Just keep on working it around. Like I say, these smooth tires, they can be awful stiff. You can see all the junk coming out of that tire already. Okay, look at all that. Okay, I've already broke this tire down. I have a Ken tool that I break these tires off these beads with, and it sure works nice. I just come back in with my bigger screwdriver. I get it on the other side. Let me turn around here so you can see this. I get it right here like this. Pull this out. Stay away from your valve stem. Start with your valve stem up. There's a little trick you can do. Take this screwdriver, lay it right there. Run it right along the edge. Put it in there. Twist it. Just like that. Just twist it. Okay? And just slowly roll it out of there. You get so far, it'll come right out. Okay? Now you can look at all that grass and junk. I don't know if you can see that on the inside of the tire, but I'll pull some of it out. This is what's inside the tire. This tire's been run flat, and that's what happens. So I'm gonna blow that out. I'm gonna clean this rim up right through here. I'm gonna clean all this out, okay? Buff that up. Get all this junk out, so if you're putting the tire back together, some of this falls back down on the bead, then you got an air leak. So we are gonna start cleaning this up. Okay, I've got a Mac Tools .co. What I do is I put a paint stripping wheel on it, okay? And you can get these from Harbor Freight, or you can get them off Amazon. 3M sells them. But I tell you, they work really good because they got a flat edge on them, okay? And you can get right down in there, just like that, okay? I'm gonna start cleaning this up. I'll just do a few passes and kind of show you, and then I'll go ahead and clean the rest of it up. Okay, I want to show you just some of the spots that I've cleaned up. Just that one spot there. But you can tell all that junk is gone off of it, okay? It looks like this is maybe somebody's put some sealer in it too. You can tell the yellow. So we're gonna clean the rest of this all the way up around. Clean the center up. And I'll show you what this rim looks like when I get it all cleaned up. Okay, we've got our rim all cleaned up, and I want to show you how this has turned out. Okay, you don't have to spit shine it, you don't have to knock all the paint off of it. Now if you do have some real rust spot or something in here that has, you know, it's kind of bubbled up, you want to make sure you get that polished off. You know, you need to go down past the paint and get to that bad spot. Okay, sometimes you get you'll get a little rust spot in there, and you can see where it's been working on the metal. Just with your dot coat, just work on it a little bit, try to get it as smooth as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just this little bit will save those flat tires. Now on the tire, I'm gonna blow all this junk out of here, okay, and clean all that up. I'm gonna take a small wire brush and go along this bead, okay, and clean that all up. You got to be careful because some of the bead is getting a little roughed up right there. So just be careful. Sometimes if you have a spot, bad spot, okay, start putting your rim back on your tire right here. That way you're not pulling on it with your screwdriver, you know. So we're going to clean the tire up now, and we'll start putting this back together. All right, we've got our bead cleaned up. They put a lot of sealer in this so that bead's sticky, which is okay as long as you get it clean. When I put this back together, I'll take some soap and water and I'll spray it down on the rim, help this pop up on the rim so it doesn't struggle nearly as much. Just make it slick. Remember what I said about if you got a bad spot in the tire, start with that spot first. Okay, we're gonna start putting this on. I always start with the valve stem first. Okay. Start right there. I put my knee on this. And I make sure that's clean. Just little bites. You don't have to go all out. Keep your hand on this side. Just slide that screwdriver back on that rim. These tires can be tough. It's not a. This could take a little practice. I've been doing this for a long time, so doing tires is not really that difficult. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just keep on working it over. Little bites. If you feel like you can't get on one side, go to the other. Just little bites. Get to a certain point and that tire will come on across. Like I say, these little tires are tough. They can really work you. Okay, we got that side on. Okay, now like I say, I always start on the valve stem side. When you get this tire back on, make sure you don't have anything stuck in your bead. I put my knee right there, okay? Make sure that screwdriver's as clean as can be. Put both knees on it now. But you gotta hold this side of the bead down. Okay. Keep your finger at the back of your hand right there. Little bites. Let's see. Take your time on this. This is sometimes it can be a little rough getting them back on, but just keep working with it. Little bites. Just get it under the rim. Okay, you get so far and then the tire is going to stay put, okay? But just getting it started sometimes is a little difficult. And there it is. It's back on. So what I'll do is I will spray soap and water down in this here and back over here, and I'll recheck this, make sure there's nothing stuck in there. Looks like we're doing pretty good. And we're gonna put a little soap and water on it, air it up. Dawn dish soap and water, that's what I use, just in a small squirt bottle. Pick these up at Dollar General or Walmart or something like that. Spray that around in there. Okay. See if we can get this to hold air. Sometimes you just got to work with it a little bit. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit difficult to put back on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the valve stem out of it. What that does is allow more air to get through it other than just having the regular valve core in it. So you want to take that out, see if we can get it aired up. Something else you want to be aware of, the valve stem, okay? What people do is they'll put sealer in it, and that sealer will get up underneath the seal. So you got to be careful and check your valve stem, spray it with soap and water, make sure it's not leaking there. So I took that out, let's see what it'll do here. Come right up. And see these tires, once they pop up on the bead, this particular one, you don't have to worry about losing the air. Get your valve core back in. The little tire will air up fast and the pressure will come up quickly. So be careful when you're putting this on. What I'll do is I'll unscrew this to where it's just a small stream. That way I'm not getting, so won't show me bubbles that really aren't. It wouldn't be from the air, it would actually be from the soap. That side looks pretty good. I mean, sometimes you really got to sit there and watch for a while to see if they're bubbling. Valve core looks good. That side looks good. Flip it over. This way this guy doesn't have to that, oh man, the tire's flat again. He won't have to worry about it anymore. It won't be a hassle to him anymore. Try to get all them bubbles out. That side looks good. Okay, so we got our bead leak fixed. I didn't even have to air it up when he first brought it in. I knew it was going to leak. I squeeze this back down, okay, and then I'm going to check the tread. Sometimes on these treads you get a small little thorn in it and they're hard to see. I've got some grass on there. Sometimes these leaks are so minute you just got to watch it for a while. Check your sidewall too. A lot of times these tires are just 2 and 4 ply tires, so they're very thin. Right now I'm not seeing anything. When you do see a leak in here, it's going to be very small bubbles. Chances are he's probably just mowing a town yard, so he doesn't necessarily have a locust or a hedge tree. All right, I think he's probably good. We're going to check the tire pressure and give the customer a call. Please like and subscribe to my channel. We'll do more videos on tires in the future. Thank you.